Hey there, brave warrior types of learning stuff and all that kind of jazz, how are you going? If you follow me on Twitter, you're probably aware of two things. The first is that I subtweet way too much, meaning that my timeline is a bit of a confusing mess. But the second, and in this case most important thing, is that I have attention deficit disorder, which makes carrying out certain adult life tasks like going to work or just basically looking after myself nightmarish. But because I am an adult, and people are generally, kind of weirded out by adults with ADD and ADHD, I'm constantly looking for ways to mitigate the effects of this on my life. Recently, I found two apps online that are supposed to help with one of the bigger problem areas that adults with ADHD face, and that is just basically remembering to do things and getting those tasks done in a timely manner. So join with me today when we ask the question, do these apps even work? So first off, I tested an Android-only app called TaskHammer. This is an app that's meant to turn your daily tasks into an RPG of sorts. You create a character, and then you set up your daily tasks as quests in the system. Each quest gets assigned a difficulty which determines how much experience you get, and you can also decide which of your attributes the experience is awarded to. After that, you can set a reminder, and you can also set it to repeat if it's a task that you do daily or weekly. One of the really good things about this app is that it reminds you when a task is due. Or at least, it's meant to. You see, apparently, if you've got a repeating task and you fail to do it on one of its days, the app just kind of gives up on reminding you to do it again, and so you just keep forgetting over and over and over, which is actually a really big problem for somebody like me, because I won't go into the app to check what tasks I've got necessarily, and I won't go in and check it off if I can't remember that I've got to do it. And on the topic of missing a task, there's no penalty for actually not completing something. It just sits there like a forlorn, sad puppet. It doesn't ask to be done, I forgot about this app in 2 weeks because it wasn't reminding me consistently, and I pretty much gave up on it. After I tried out TaskHammer and worked out that it's not really that good for people in my situation, I turned to the internet for some advice and came across a suggestion by super awesome user viewer type Caitlin, who recommended that I try out Habit RPG. Habit RPG started off as a Kickstarter campaign, and it's resulted in a web-based system that ties into an Android and iOS app. If the name hadn't already given it away, it kind of takes the TaskHammer route and turns your life into an RPG. But unlike the first app that I reviewed, this one actually is quite polished and really good. Tasks that you need to carry out fall into one of three categories. There's habits, which are things that you need to do more or less. There's dailies, which are things that you do once a day, once a week, that kind of rotation. Or there's to-dos, which are one-off activities that you just need to get done and need a bit of a reminder or a prod. For completing a task, you get experience, as well as an in-game currency, gold, silver, gems, that kind of thing, which can be used to purchase rewards in-game like armor or pets and that kind of thing, or they can be used to set your own rewards, such as, if I spend 50 in-game gold, I can have pizza tonight. Unlike TaskHammer, this app actually has consequences for not completing certain quests. Although to-dos and habits won't have any penalty for not being finished, any dailies that are left unchecked by the time midnight rolls around will lose you HP, and if you run out of HP, then you lose in-game currency and experience. Meanwhile, habits can be grouped into positive and negative, and any time you complete a positive habit, for example, practicing your language skills at the end of the day, you get experience and in-game currency, but any time you do a negative habit, for instance, taking the lift instead of the stairs, you'll lose HP. Also, unlike TaskHammer, this app actually kind of worked for me, which is amazing. Well, yeah, it worked when I remembered that I had to do something. The only place I can see the downfall of this app is that it doesn't have a reminder to check itself or its tasks. This is something that I brought up with the developers of the app, and they've said that they're working these into the mobile version as soon as they possibly can, which is fantastic. Part of the issue with having ADD or ADHD is that your mind occasionally forgets that you've got to do stuff because other thoughts kind of seem to take priority, or they're more interesting. This is a really big problem when you're trying to, I don't know, remember to go to work, remember to do stuff at work, remember to film videos, remember to make scripts, remember to feed yourself dinner, remember that you've got a date, that kind of thing. And the ability to have reminders would make this app like 5 stars, 10 stars of awesome. Anyway, I'm running out of time and there are so many Habit RPG features that I didn't talk about. There's so many I haven't unlocked yet because leveling up lets you unlock extra features. Like, you can make guilds with people who share your interests, you can make parties and teams with your friends, you can take on bosses, there are taverns. It's phenomenal, it's huge, and it's so engaging, which is really important for someone with ADD or ADHD. But I'm babbling and I really need to stop this before I drag it on for like another 10 minutes. So let me know in the comment section below if you have any other recommendations, websites or apps for people with ADD or ADHD. Or if you use Habit RPG, let me know and maybe we can make a party or a guild together or something like that. We could make the Tiger Talks Knowledge Fans Guild or something. Bye-bye! Subscribe to my channel, like and share the video, do these things, and I'll what's going on again?